but I'm predicting would win this year's Nations Cup. That's my prediction. Hi guys, welcome to another interesting video. So I have one question. Who made the rules? Whoever said that if you do music, video, and movie reactions, you can dive into sports? So before I started listening to music and watching movies, I've always been a sport person. And now we have the African Cup of Nations, Afcon 2023, played in 2024. Well, I don't know when it started. I think it started in 2021. Oh, I remember COVID caused us to not have one edition. I think in 2021, it had to be played in 2022. So it just kept going like that. Oh, okay. So I've been thinking why, the shift in years, but there we go. It's been explained in my head. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the Afcon. And I didn't prepare for this video, by the way, but let's see what we can come out. Let's see what we can get out of this video. Let's talk about the big boys. So who are the big boys in the Afcon currently? We have, in no particular order, because people are expecting me to start with Nigeria, because I'm Nigerian. Yeah, before I became Canadian, I've been Nigerian, and I'm still Nigerian, and I'll always be a Nigerian, and I will die Nigerian. Okay, now I'm sounding like Lady Gaga. I'm Italian. Okay, so Nigeria, part of the big boys, right? Whether you accept it or not. We were the winners in 2013. So let's even start, before we dive into the big boys and all of that, let's start with who are the winners in the last, say, 4, 6, 8, 10 editions. Let's see if I can remember. So I'll start from the last one, then the penultimate one, and I'll keep going backwards. So we're in 2024, right? And this is 2023 edition. So in 2022, we had a 2021 edition. The 2021 was won by Senegal, and what's his name? Sadio Mane played the last penalty against Egypt in the penalty shootout to win the final and win the cup, right? If you win the final, you're the winner of the cup, right? And so Senegal was the winner of the last edition. The penultimate one was won by Algeria. Yes, Algeria won Nigeria in the semi-final, and the winning goal was scored by Mahrez. Yeah, I'm trying to remember his first name right now. Since he left the EPL, everyone just forgot about him, right? I can't remember his first name. Too bad. So it was called by Mahrez, right? And we had to go to the third place, and they went to the final, and Algeria won in 2019. In 2017, Cameroon won the Afcon in 2017. So we already have 3 big boys, right? Based on precedence, right? Senegal, Algeria, Cameroon. And 2015, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. So if you know it as Ivory Coast, it's Côte d'Ivoire in French. Côte d'Ivoire won the final in 2013, right? Sorry, 2015, right? And in 2013, the edition before that, yours truly, yours sincerely, Nigeria! Nigeria won the edition in 2013, captained by Joseph Yobo, who didn't play any match, by the way. And in loving memory of Stephen Keshi, who was the coach of Nigeria then. Stephen Keshi won it as a coach and also won it as a player in 1994, right? And in 2012, before they started doing the odd number editions, in 2012, Zambia won it. They knocked Côte d'Ivoire out in the final. I think it was through penalties, right? If I'm not mistaken. Nigeria won by 1-0, by the way. And Zambia won through penalties in 2012. So, if Zambia won it in 2012, are we going to call Zambia as part of the big boys? No. I think it was a fluke. Was it a fluke? They had a very good coach who ended up being the coach of Cote d'Ivoire after that tournament, and also the coach of another, is it Arabic side? Is it Saudi Arabia in the last World Cup or in the World Cup in Qatar? I think it was the last World Cup. Anyways, we're not going to the World Cup now. The World Cup was a fraud cup. If we're going to talk about the World Cup, that'll be on another show, because it was a fraud cup to me, and the FIFA, it was all planned out, and they assisted Messi to win the World Cup. Yes, I say it today. Come for me. Thank you. So they assisted Messi to win the World Cup by giving him 6 penalties in one tournament, right? So that aside, we are going back to the original topic, which is the Afcon. So we can say Zambia is part of the big boys based on precedence. So we have Senegal, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and Nigeria as the last 5 winners, and they actually qualify to be called the big boys. Now, if we skip Zambia and go to 2010, I think either Cameroon or so won in 2010. I can't remember again, but I know that Egypt won 3 consecutive titles. I think they won 2006, 2008, and 2010 back to back. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think they won 3 back to back, right? Consecutively, 2006, 2008, and 2010. That was Egypt. And in one of them, they won Cameroon in the final. So we can equally add Egypt to the big boys, right? So we have Senegal, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Senegal, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Algeria, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Egypt. So that's 6 teams now amongst the big boys, right? We have a whole lot of other countries. And that reminds me, we have so many Guineas in the Afcon. We have Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Canada, Guinea. No, I'm joking. But I stumbled on one tutorial some time ago when someone explained why we have so many Guineas in Africa. Now I can't remember the reasons, but here again, we only remember Guinea during the Nations Cup, quote unquote, because we have so many teams that have Guinea in their name. So we have a lot of Guineas. I don't know if they are called Guineans or I don't know, but there have been, I don't know, a mixture of their performances. Equatorial Guinea played well against Nigeria. There's another Guinea that played against Cameroon. Guinea-Bissau played against Cote d'Ivoire and lost the opening game 2-0. So we're going to come to the first round of games that have been played since it started on the 13th. Today is the 15th. 13th was Saturday, right? We're gonna go over those matches. So we're not jumping the gun. We're trying to draw back to the history of the winners to see who are the top contenders based on precedence. So in 2000, I remember Nigeria won 3rd position, that's the bronze medal, in 3 consecutive finals. 2002, 2004, and 2006, and that made them to start calling us the bronze medalists, right? So in 2004, Tunisia won in 2004 before Egypt started winning back to back. I think they hosted and won. Yeah, Tunisia hosted and won in 2004. So is Tunisia part of the big boys? Of recent, they've really not been in the limelight per se when it comes to football. Now I'm not sure if they went to the World Cup. No, Tunisia. No, I'm not sure they went to the World Cup. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Use the comment section rather, and let's educate ourselves if Tunisia was actually at the World Cup. But I'm not gonna root for them, you know. So 2004 was Tunisia. 2002, I think it was 2002, Nigeria played Mali in the 3rd place, and Cameroon won Senegal in the final, right? I remember the 2002 3rd place match goal was scored by Yakuba Egbeni. Yeah, then he won number 8, and Nigeria fielded their second choice players, and we won Mali, I remember. So Cameroon won Senegal on penalties, and Cameroon also won Nigeria on penalties in the year 2000 due to the well, it was not a goal. We wouldn't say I don't know how to put it right now, because it was actually a goal, but they counted it as a no-goal penalty taken by Victor Ikpeba, by the way. That's what I'm trying to refer to. So it's still painful, but I think we've moved past that, because we actually won in 2013, and it healed part of the wounds. I don't know if does it really heal the wound, because we want to, it's a bragging right, we want to win more, right? And we actually scored the goal in the penalty from Victor Ikpeba, but he put his hand on his head, and the referee went with his own gesture instead of, and then there was no VAR, by the way. So there was no VAR, there was no goal line technology. So technology has come to play a big part in football these days, or soccer, depends on where you're watching from. And if you're saying VAR is a bad idea, for me, I think it's a good one, because if it's against your team, of course you're gonna feel bad. But if it's for your team, if the decision goes for your team, of course it's a welcome one. So I think there are more pros than cons when it comes to the VAR. And for the goal line technology, that one is non-negotiable. It's either a goal or no goal, right? So that would have saved us all that, and we would have had 4 Nations Cups instead of 3, while Cameroon has 5 instead of Cameroon would have had 4 instead of 5, right? Okay, so we've now gone through the past winners. I think we've gone through like the last 10 editions, and we've seen that 6 people are actually the top contenders. We must not forget Morocco. So if we keep flashing back, 98 was won by South Africa, 96 was won by, I think, South Africa again. Then they were really on top. Then we had players like Mark Fish, we had Sean Bartlett, we had Fortune. Yes, we had Fortune, who played for South Africa. Sorry, who played for Manchester United. A couple, Masinga, Makati. Was Makati in the 96-98 set? Now I can't remember. Yeah, but if at this point, if you are lost, just keep educating yourself with the video, because the OGs before IGs are feeling what I'm saying. Honestly, I know they are. So South Africa won 96-98, and Nigeria, I had to track it back to 94, because that was the penultimate time Nigeria won the Nations Cup. So 94, Nigeria won the Nations Cup with the likes of JJ Okocha, Sunday Olise, and the host of many others. And 92 was hosted in Senegal. I think 92 was won. Nigeria won Zambia in the final of 94, 2-1. If Zambia actually won the 92 edition, or it was Morocco or Algeria, I think it was Morocco. I'm confused, because I know Algeria won it before winning it in 2019. The last time they won it was in the 70s, I think 79 or so, or 78. They took a very long time before they won it again. So maybe Morocco won the 92 edition. I think from 92, 90, 88 and backwards, I can only say Nigeria won 90-80, and whoever won it between 1982 and 1992, then I'm sure the people who actually know the answers will drop it in the comments. But for me, I stop at 94. My memory stopped at 94, but I can remember. All right, so now we have the top 6 contenders, right? Senegal, it took a long time to be able to get this, but yeah, we are. Senegal, Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt, Cote d'Ivoire, and who else? Cameroon. And we have to remember Morocco because of their performance at the World Cup. We have the likes of Hakimi, we have the likes of En Nesuri, we have some very, very good guys in Morocco. And we had that goalkeeper, Bruno. Yeah, he left Sevilla and went. Sevilla is a club in Spain, and went to some club in Saudi Arabia. Everyone followed Ronaldo after he made the big money move to Saudi Arabia, by the way. So they have a group of good players, right, who can actually, turn up at the world stage. But are good players enough? Because when it comes to the Afcon, it's not only being good, you really have to be strong physically and technically good, because it's not like a league match. It's not like a Premier League where when you have a draw, that the match ends, that's the end. No, it goes to the knockouts, it goes to the extra time, and sometimes penalties. And at that point, not just the players, but the technical acumen of the coaching crew, of the technical crew, has to come into play. I remember one time in the World Cup in 2018 in Russia, Nigeria needed a draw to qualify. It was 1-1, and the coaches, I don't know what they were thinking. We were playing against Argentina. All we needed to do was to struggle for a draw, but we kept fighting for a win. And at the end, we lost the game by a 9-minute goal, 85th minute goal by Rojo. Rojo used to play for Manchester United at some point. And we lost the game, and that was how we left the group, or left the World Cup entirely, because of some technical gap in our coaching crew. So it's not just about your physicality and not just about being good. So my point is, you also need to be technically good at the back end, at the background, right? So now to the early stages of the Nations Cup. It's been 3 days now, and I think we're gonna continue doing this to the end of the Nations Cup. We're gonna enjoy this process. We're gonna exchange ideas and drop in the comments whatever ideas you have, and trust me to deliver it straight up. So the first match was Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea-Bissau. It was 2-0, and Nigeria drew their game 1-1 with Equatorial Guinea. Ghanaians, I'm not coming for you. It just happened, right? Take heart. So the online banter between Nigeria and Ghana was so crazy. It was bizarre, honestly. But it is what it is, and life goes on, Ghanaians. Akwaba to you. I think that's the only word I know. May that say... Okay, but that's just thank you. I don't know why I'm thanking you, but that's what I know. So, for Ghanaians in the house, they lost 2-1 to Cape Verde. And Egypt drew 2-2. Senegal won 3-0. Cameroon won, I think, 2-1 or so. And Morocco haven't played yet. All right. So it's all in the mix. Right now we're having funny losses like the Ghanaian team, surprise draws, Egypt drawing Mozambique, and of course expected victories for Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon. All right, so on this note, we would not be able to conclude who will win the Nations Cup. You can't just say who will win the Nations Cup with just the first set of matches. It's almost impossible. But what we're gonna do is predict. So I'm gonna try to predict who would win the Nations Cup. I'm not going to be sentimental. Neither am I gonna try to be patriotic. But I don't think Nigeria has the, based on everything I've said now, being good, being physically strong and technically balanced, I'm not sure Nigeria can pull that string. I love the strength of the Cameroonians. I love the technical abilities of the Senegalese. And Ghanaians, I think they have a slim chance now for losing the first match. Cote d'Ivoire, they are the hosts, so of course they have the home advantage. But I'm predicting Egypt would win this year's Nations Cup. That's my prediction. As time goes on, we would continue to see if my prediction is going to end at the group stage, if Egypt doesn't go to the next stage, and we'll form another prediction. But for now, I'm predicting Egypt would win the Nations Cup. All right, so that has been the show today. Is the Afcon roundup. And after the end of the next set of games, we'll meet again. Shout out to all my Ghanaian friends. Sorry about what happened. I'm sure your next game will be better. If you believe what I just said, then you're gonna believe anything. All right, so I hope you stay warm wherever you are. I'm sure most of my subscribers will be watching from Africa, right? So it should be warm where you are. If you're watching from a cold region, Europe, North America, please stay warm, stay healthy, and promise me to take care of yourself. On that note, I remain the boss with the sauce, Vanny, and have yourself a good one.